Hey everyone. So I just watched this newly released movie called as Weapons, and I'm going to discuss this movie. And honestly, the first thing is that the movie is genuinely a horror film, and that is a lot to say in today's day and age, because many films are marketed as horror movies, but they are not. Like like the movie Sinners, I did not feel scared in that movie for even a single second. It was a philosophical movie like the movie Sinners, and but this movie, it was marketed as a horror film, and this movie genuinely scares you at five six places, and that is beautiful. Means to watch a real horror movie, same way to watch a real comedy, where when you really genuinely laugh. So the same thing I would say, that the first thing is that if you're a horror movie fan, or in general if you're a movie fan, you should go and watch this movie, celebrate this, because of how great it is that they are coming up with this kind of movies nowadays, and a genuinely original concept, and a genuinely, means I have never watched this kind of concept before. Means I've watched similar kind of concepts, but not this kind of. But yes, in the horror genre, on all the movies that I watched, I found it very creative, very new. It felt a little bit taken from. There was a movie called as The Antlers, in which a kid is in which a small child is kind of traumatized, and then there is another movie that came last year, that had Hunter Schafer. I forgot the name of the movie that became very famous. So even little from there is taken, but genuinely the movie is very, very, very refreshing. And of course, there's the film has Josh Brolin. He's a wonderful actor. He's always going to be a great actor. And there is an actress. The main actress of the film, she nailed it perfectly. The kid, he nailed it perfectly. And genuinely, the movie feels really, really nice. Everything, from the concept and the plot. There is just, so I will come to now the spoilers of the movie. So the movie honestly is about 17 kids gone missing, and they are being searched, and of course there are some initial accused people. Then it goes further, and so it is found out that those 17 kids, they actually run in the night to one of their batchmates' house. And I found it a really big plot hole, that it was not captured in any of those CCTV cameras from all those houses that they were running to, and nobody even saw them. I know that they were all in the suburbs, and in the suburbs generally everybody is sleeping, especially in the suburbs when there are a lot of kids, and everybody is generally sleeping in the night. But still, sometimes people in the night, they are going to, they are taking an Uber. Sometimes in the night, people are just just walking around, running. Sometimes people are running in the night. Sometimes people are coming from their work. So all those 17 kids running to a house and nobody sees them. That was a really crazy funny concept. That was a big plot hole, but they try to cover a lot of plot holes in the movie. And the movie is genuinely very refreshing. The ending is also extremely, extremely, extremely well done. It's not some depressing end where everybody is dead or something. It's a horror movie, and we know that it's gonna go bad. But nobody nowadays really want to see a bad end to a movie, because people have seen dark endings to a lot of films, and people just want, means even if it's a horror film, people want the good to prevail, and people want, in the end, everything to go well. And the movie does that perfectly, nails everything. This is genuinely well made movie, and And there's one more thing, it was shot like 25 minutes away from my house because I was doing Uber as a part-time job, and I picked up a lady. They said that there's Josh Brolin inside the school, and I remembered that, and that's why I waited for this. I used to, whenever I used to go to theaters, or whenever I used to watch, like, like online trailers, I used to always be searching for the next Josh Brolin movie, and this movie came, and it certainly looks like it was all shot in Georgia. Like, it was all like the houses and everything. The flora and fauna was very similar. The roads were very similar. So it looked really well. It all was really well made. Means this is really bravo, man. Like, the writers and the directors, they deserve a huge respect. And lastly, of course, I also ended up watching the trailer of Avatar 2 times now in the theaters, and every time you watch it, you end up liking it. Like, it's a really well made trailer, just like the trailer of the Odyssey. That movie is gonna be great, and Avatar Ash and Fire is also going to be really well made. People probably did not like Avatar The Way of Water, but I liked it. But of course, it did not have the novelty of Avatar 1. But with Avatar Ash and Fire, I think they are writing a really deep story, and probably they will end up writing some good story, like, some good character arcs. So that would be something to watch, something to really look for. And of course, the visual effects are just breathtaking. Like, every scene, like the world of Pandora, the world of James Cameron, it is just a wonderful world. It is just a beautiful world. Thousands of people working on it constantly, like, visual VFX artists. I know a guy who actually worked in those VFX places of Avatar, and he used to tell me that everybody was given one task. Like, one was given a task to design a feather, one was given a task to design some eyes of an animal or something. So that is just thousands of people every day are working there, creating just beautiful stuff, like, and deep respect to James Cameron for this, and deep respect to the makers of the movie Weapons too. Like, I did not had that kind of expectations that it will be that good. I heard the reviews were really great, so I had some higher expectations, but I did not know that it will be genuinely scary, and I did not know that it will have a very good story and a very good plot. Generally, movies are not that scary anymore. Means, like, they just come and go. There's just no novelty at all. So I'm very grateful that I watched a really nice movie. Everyone, love life, and thank you.